G'day guys, Dan Damage Camage here from Damage Think Personal Training, hashtag the Redneck PT. Welcome to another episode of the Protein Lounge. Today we have a segment, I'd call it Kiss Cooking. Basically meaning keep it simple, stupid. And the reason I'm doing this is because people will think when they think about cooking, and that's a lot of problems when they're doing diet plans, is that it takes a lot of time and effort. And there's a few reasons that people think that. If you see the rise of all the cooking shows that you have available to you now, especially with digital TV and all that sort of stuff, is that what you see on television is the more complicated versions of everything, and to their credit, they take it a bit too far and everything looks beautiful, but most people will then think that that's the only way that you can do it. And so then that stops them from cooking. So what I want to do is I want to break it down, and I want to do a series of good, healthy foods that break it down to its very basic components, okay, and keep it simple. So I'm just going to get a couple of more ingredients. So what I'm going to do today is Kiss guacamole / smashed avocado. So it's probably something you will see quite often now, and on every breakfast menu at every cafe, and especially because over the last probably most of my life, 20-30 years, Australia's food education has evolved a lot. I remember growing up, everything was a little bit simpler. With the rise of multiculturalism as well, we didn't have access to all the foods that we do now. I think when I was very young, we had the Aussies that owned a fish and chip shop, and it was just fish and chips. Then the Greeks at that time took over, and we got things like battered salves and that sort of thing. And we had probably one Chinese restaurant, I think it was called Pete's Chinese Tucker, 30 years ago. But now we've got, of course, we've got access to a whole range of foods. I don't think back then we actually knew what an avocado was. So what I'm going to do is a very, very, very simple guac and smashed avo. Now I'm going to break it down to the basic ingredients. Now, of course, if you want, you can make it more difficult, you can add whatever you want. But start with a good avocado. Now, I've just cut it off, but what you'll do is, when you're trying to make a smashed avo or a guac, you want an aged avocado. And the reason the rise of the avocado in the health industry is because it's a good fat, which is good for joints, good for your heart and all that sort of stuff. So you just want to push on the ends there, and just if you can feel it soft, that means you don't have to damage the fruit for other people that might come along and want it. So you want, with a Hass avocado, you want it to be dark, okay? And then make sure you can push it in a little bit at the top, which just means it's going to be pliable enough for you to actually mash. Now, split it down the middle, as you all know. Get your spoon in it if it's a bit tough. Okay. Of course, you make sure you wash your hands. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to dice it up a little bit and add it to my mixing bowl, just like that. Okay. Now, you're just going to cut it up chunky, just like that, into your bowl. Whole avocado, because you might not use it all once, but you can keep it and cover it up, and then use it for a few different things, and I'm going to do another video later on today on other stuff that you can use it for. Just going to move that into a bigger bowl just so I've got a bit of room to mash it up. Now, as I said, we're just going to keep it simple. So all I want you to do in guac is you need a little bit of garlic. Because this is minced garlic, probably half a teaspoon. A little bit of salt. Now, as always, if you're one of my clients in the online or face-to-face, I'll talk about pink rock salt, okay, because it hasn't been treated. It's got all its nutrients still in it, whereas when you iodise salt, you've stripped a lot of the good stuff out of it. Okay, a little bit of salt and a good squeeze of lime. That's it. Then just mash it up, mix it up with your fork. Okay, and you don't want to like smash it into mush. You want to like just be brutal with it, but keep its texture. You know, you want some little bit of chunks in there, and that's about all an actual guacamole was. Just a little bit of lime juice, a little bit of garlic, and a little bit of salt. Can you add more? Yes, you can add anything you can possibly imagine to. You know, it might be chili, might be various other herbs and spices and stuff like that. Part of the reason for this, me wanting to do this video, is a lot of people, you can buy like a guacamole sachet. And the problem is with a lot of those pre-mixed stuff, they'll add sugar into them as well. So sugar pops up in so much that's pre-prepared, it's not funny. So this is what I'm just trying to try the simplest way for you to make a really, really tasty guac. Okay, beautiful, just like that. A little bit of lime juice, a little bit of salt, a little bit of garlic. Now, if you really want to go full cafe, okay, your smashed avo that you'll find at every cafe, restaurant, I believe it costs a house deposit these days, is what they say, isn't it? Is just add a little bit of feta, okay. Now once again, just chop it up roughly, okay, because you want some sort of chunks in there. You want sort of, you know, getting some chunks of avocado, some chunks in your feta, okay, but you still want it to be able to spread onto whatever you put it on, okay. So just add that into the mix. Give that a bit, crush it up a bit. Crush it up. Leave some chunks in there. There you go. Absolutely beautiful. Smashed avo guacamole. Use it on your toast for your avocado toast. put it into your tacos, whatever you want to do with it. But that's it. And that on camera, that took me stuff all the time. And it's fully of good fats and stuff like that. If you are really trying to lean up, probably clear off the feta, or don't use much of it, okay? But you can add that to rice crackers, you can put it on your toast and all sorts of stuff. So don't be afraid to go out and just try something, because a lot of the classics don't really take much and don't really have that many ingredients, okay? And that's a beautiful guacamole and smashed avos. So feel free to give that a try. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. My name's Dan from Damage Sink Personal Training, hashtag the Redneck PT. And I know it's called the Protein Lounge, but the reason I'm doing this is because there's going to be other videos where I use a mix like this underneath some type of protein. So there you go, guys. Kiss cooking, guacamole, smashed avo. I'll see you all at the gym, guys. Thanks.